Thursday, but,
Nominations, number 6.
okay. I can't see, so. Didn't bring my iPad. Didn't think there was enough stuff on there. I thought it was just the Public Act 116 things we were.
I'd like to call the March 3rd, 2026 Planning Commission meeting to order. If everyone can please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Tammy, can we have the roll call, please?
Scott Hansen,
Here.
Ben Terrell,
Here.
Lisa Lewitsky, Ray Whitaker,
Here.
Ed Kemp,
Here.
Tim Catron,
Here.
Zachary Dillinger, Frank Holmes,
Here.
Ryan Ross.
Here.
All required notices have been posted and sent. What are the wishes for the agenda?
Move to approve the agenda for March 3rd.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will now open up the nominations and elections for chairperson. Are there any nominations?
Nominate Brian Ross.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seeing that member Ross has been nominated for chairperson, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Ross will now assume taking over the meeting.
Okay. Are there any nominations for vice chair?
I nominate Ben Terrell.
Support.
We have a motion support. Are there any other nominations?
Hearing none, I'd move nominations be closed.
Okay. We have a nomination for Ben Terrell for the vice chair. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Okay, motion carried. Next are there any nominations for secretary?
I nominate Zachary Dillinger.
Support. We have a motion support. Any discussion or, excuse me, any other nominations?
Hearing none, I move that nominations be closed.
Okay. We have a motion to approve Zach for our secretary. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, the same. Okay, we'll take just a minute, and Ben and I'll go to our chairs. Then we can see what your wishes are for the December 2nd and 3rd minutes. Anyone have any thoughts on the 2nd and 3rd minutes? Anyone like to move?
I move that the minutes of December 2nd and December 3rd, 2025 be approved.
Support.
We have a motion support. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Next on the agenda is public comments. That would be anything that's not on this evening's agenda. If you would like to come up to the and like I said, this is stuff that's not on the agenda for this evening.
My name's Kurt McHenry. I own the property at 3002 Llewellyn Lane. On the agenda for tonight is for the country store. I'd first like to talk about, do you guys follow you reference?
Regarding the store though, correct?
No, this is regarding this meeting for the store. So what it is when you send out a notice, it brings up the state law, PA Public Act 110, the amendment from 2006. And when you bring that up, you guys follow this is basically your rules of how you conduct yourself. And when you go to how people are supposed to be contacted, on the second page, the number 125.0 3103, notice, publication, mail, or personal delivery and requirements. What was mailed to the people that went to the 300-foot of the property of the country store was not followed by. So those people did not get proper notification. And the notification they got was when they go down to line number 4, and it talks about C and D, it says state when. It also says identify when the date is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2025. So anybody getting this that got mailed to within 300 feet may have just thrown it away. There's not many of us to represent that are within that 300 feet because of the wrong notification. So I'm saying that this meeting can't even take place until the correct notification has been sent out. Where do you lay it on this? You want to see the one you mailed me?
The notification in the paper does say 2026. He is correct. The neighbor notice does say 2025.
And it states it very clearly under the PA 110 of how people are supposed to be notified. And when you look within the 300 feet, it has to be in a written form and either mailed to them, to the household. And this is what was sent to people's houses. Not just mine, I checked with other people. So evidently, everybody in that 300-foot got this incorrect date. So this needs to be tabled for another meeting where proper notification has been sent out. This here is another person that can testify that they,
I got the incorrect date in the mail.
I don't think that Randy's disputing that.
Okay.
okay? So is that, I mean, this is where we stand. I don't feel that we're getting good representation because it was not met by the rules that you conduct yourself.
I would agree. Just now. The state act that he does cite is in fact correct. We are required to give the notice of the date and time of the meeting along with notification. And with that being said, the neighbor notices were not correct. While the notice in the paper was correct, the 300-foot neighbor notices were not correct. Staff still did receive communication from neighbors, including the person standing next to the person that spoke. But this is the first time this was brought to staff's attention, and this is staff's error.
Without being able to consult our attorney, what are your thoughts on?
I would have to renotice the neighbors. So we could postpone to the April 7th Planning Commission meeting. Currently, you have one application to be heard, but that would also mean that Mr. Wood's application would have to be postponed to the April 7th meeting.
Mr. Woods was incorrect also?
The entire neighbor notice was incorrect. When the neighbor notice goes out, it's very similar to the notice that goes in the paper, and it simply states that the Planning Commission will meet on Tuesday, March 3rd, 2025 at 7 p.m., and then it lists the applications that will be heard.
So if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it on all of them.
Correct.
What are your wishes, thoughts?
Mr. Chair, my thought is we probably ought to postpone or table.
Probably.
I move that we postpone CU-31-26 until the April 7th, 2020.
Probably need to do that to the DCA and the other conditional use permit also. yeah, I think we can.
I'll amend my motion to add DC 12-25-5 and CU-3-24-1.
Support.
Okay. Any comments? Sure, Frank?
I was wondering, how far ahead notice does it actually go out? Just curious.
15 days prior to the meeting.
15, okay.
Any other comments, concerns? Ben?
I don't have any comments. Yeah, it's a shame, but, yeah, I agree.
All right. We have a motion to support. Want to do a roll call vote on it, please?
Scott Hansen,
Yes.
Ben Terrell,
Yes.
Ray Whitaker, Ed Kemp,
Yes.
Tim Catron,
Yes.
Frank Holmes,
Yes,
Ryan Ross.
Yes.
To the applicants, this was my error, and I do apologize. What this means is that your applications are now postponed to the April 7th Planning Commission meetings.
Okay. Are there any other public comments at this time?
Anything else you want to say? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Stephanie Bouet, and I work for a company called Cordelio Power, which I believe Brandy passed out folders with information about my company to you all. We are working on a wind energy project that historically has been all located in Ionia County, right on the border, almost into Sunfield Township here in Eaton County. And recently, we did start acquiring land in Sunfield Township. So wanted to come here, introduce myself, talk about the project for a few minutes, and let you know this is the first of a lot of communication that we'll have to keep you all updated on this project. It's touching about 12 square miles of Sunfield Township right now. The project is 200 megawatts, like I mentioned, primarily in Ionia County, in 3 different townships, Campbell, Ciboa, and Odessa Township. We've recently moved to Sunfield and also Woodland Township over in Berry County, coming just across the county borders. The project's been under development for a very long time. My company, Cordelio Power, purchased the project from the former company Leeward Renewable Energy in July of 2024. And we've been working on the project ever since, acquiring land, doing the necessary environmental studies, working on airspace studies, and moving the project forward. We anticipate the project to be under construction in the fall of 2028, with commercial operations at the end of 2029. So there's still quite a bit of work to be done. And like I said, we've been out there moving it forward, but just recently, we actually moved into Sunfield Township. So wanted to present that information to you all. Also, Cordelio Power is the company I work for. Recently, in January, it was announced that they are going to be, the company is being acquired by Pattern Energy. So in about a month and a half, my Cordelio logo will go away and I will have a new company logo on. There is a little sheet in the folder that was presented to you all about Pattern. They are a large independent power producer headquartered in San Francisco, working on wind, solar, battery storage projects across the U.S., as well as an impressive 550-mile high-voltage transmission line down in the southwest of the United States. So the two companies came together, combining resources, very exciting times for that. But that is going to be, if you hear Cordelio and Pattern, we are one and the same. So the closing and the transaction will be done the 1st of April. So that's just a quick high-level overview of the project. We're going to be having more community open houses this year. We'll be able to invite everybody. We had a few last year up in Lake Odessa, and so we'll have scheduled more of those as the Pattern Cordelio closing happens. and we can introduce that and more project information. So I'll be here for the rest of the meeting, happy to answer any questions now or after. My contact information is, my business card is in those folders, and always happy to answer phones, calls, text messages, emails, if anybody has any questions. So thank you all for your time.
Thank you. Excuse me. Anyone else like to speak in public comments?
Hi, I'm Mary Ann Anthony, and I appreciate you postponing that meeting for the request for rezoning. Because I don't quite understand when my sister died, how you could even put it on the agenda when there hasn't been a bill of sales for that property. And we are in the process of, my niece is in the process of getting things transferred into her name. And according to the court of law, when someone dies, you usually throw that out. So I think it was, I don't think it was very smart to put it on the agenda, but I thank you that you postponed it because it is a very sticky situation. And from what, my sister was sick for a year, and from what my understanding is, she had decided not to sell that property. And so I would appreciate it in the future when it does come up that you reconsider rezoning it, because it takes away a back lane that was used by my family for 60 years. And they are gonna do away with that back lane, and they are gonna, it is gonna depreciate the property that my niece inherited. So I hope and pray that you would reconsider when it does come before you, because it's, there hasn't been a bill of sale and no money exchanged.
I think that a lot of your questions will be answered if you talk to Brandy and what our reasoning is. So, I mean, she's in the office most of the time, so give her a call and she can explain to you why we're doing what we're doing.
Okay, all right.
Okay, any other public comments? Okay, seeing none, we do not have any public hearings for the conditional use permits or DCAs. I do believe we have some PA 116 applications.
You have one application submitted by Troy Winslow for 50 acres in Eaton Rapids Township. Total cultivated acres is 37.5. The property is cultivation is voted to cash crops and meets the requirement of the parcel being 40 or more acres with 51% or more of the land devoted to agricultural use. There are no structures located on the property, and they are requesting the agreement for 10 years. The property is zoned limited agricultural and is designated as agricultural preservation in the Eaton County Master Plan. Area properties are also zoned agricultural and master plan for agricultural preservation, which supports single-family homes and farmland.
They meet all requirements.
They do.
What are your wishes?
Move recommending approval.
We have a motion, any support? Support. We have a motion, support. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Other business.
Application for a partial release from PA 116. If you'll notice, if you look at the application submitted by Mr. John McManus, all of the state language says up to 2 acres with structures, but there are some special requirements in which he can request for more acreage, and he has submitted all of the required documentation from the township assessor, including proof that the proposed 5 acres did have structures on it, and there is a subsequent survey which is required for more than 2 acres. So Mr. McManus is requesting to have 5 acres of this farmland removed from the PA 116 agreement.
Any questions of staff?
Did they give a reason?
On the application, he did not. Verbally, he is selling that 5 acres to one of his farm hands. And due to the layout of the structures on the property, the additional acreage is needed for equipment turnaround owned by his farmhand.
Anyone feel so inclined to make a motion?
Recommending the release?
Support.
Motion support. Any further discussion? Seeing none. We could have, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, the same. Motion carries.
Also included in your packet is the 2025 annual report for the Planning Commission and ZBA, which I hope will be moved for consideration by the Board of Commissioners. It is a requirement of PA 116, or PA 110 of 2006 and PA 33 of 2008 that we do an annual report.
Move the annual report be submitted for review?
Anyone like to support that?
Support.
We have a motion to support. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Reappointment or review of committee members. Are we okay being on the same committees, seeing it's probably gonna be a very short period of time?
Yes.
Okay, then, I'll recommend that we have all the committees be the same as were last year. Reports.
Department of Construction Codes Planning and Zoning report, building is staying pretty steady. January was our first January in probably a decade that I can recall. We didn't have any new home building permits. But fast forward, we already have 7 for the month of February, so it's kind of been made up. Construction is still steady and strong, and inspections are going well. Planning and zoning, we continue to process zoning referral applications, agricultural exemption applications. I do expect to receive a private road application shortly for the quarry. That is an application that you all approved back in October for the event venue. The zoning ordinance committee has not met, and I do not expect will be meeting again. Zoning Board of Appeals did not meet this evening due to lack of business, and now may be a good time to inform you all of what we already suspected back in December, is that as of June 30th of this year, Eaton County will no longer handle planning and zoning for the townships. Each township will either have to have their own or become a part of the Joint Planning Commission. I believe that there are 7 townships, I'm not sure which 7, are considering becoming a Joint Planning Commission. I know that some of our existing members have been approached and are sitting on some of the new formed township boards, so I'm really excited about that.
That gets reports, public comments. Any other public comments? Okay, seeing none. Upcoming cases.
There is actually only one upcoming case. The quarry, one of the applications that was submitted, I was unable to accept due to it not being complete. The application that will be considered at the April meeting, besides the 3 that we just postponed, would be a change of conditions for the quarry. They are proposing to construct an additional building, move the location of the cabins from the west side of the property to the east side of the property, and they're proposing a new sledding hill. So that is an application that the Planning Commission will consider in April. And I will personally be reaching out to the applicants before I leave this evening to apologize for my error.
Okay. Anything else? I'll entertain a motion.
Support.
A motion support. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. We're not here till